Hey you guys, so in this tutorial I wanted to show you how to attach 4 legs together and create a midsection. This is my ram. I'll have my pattern linked below. So you fasten off one leg here and then keep working yarn on the next leg. And as you can see, I've put orange stitch markers at the beginning of each round and red ones at the end just to kind of stay oriented a little bit. So this is the end of the round, and we're going to match that up with the beginning of that round. So if you hold them flat together, this is kind of what they're going to look like. The two kind of step ups are going to meet right here. Anyways, so I'll just walk you through it a little bit. So I'm going to insert my hook into leg 2 to where I was in that working yarn. And then I'm going to take it and take my hook around and through the inside stitch in leg 1. So I'm going to line it up, and then I'm going to go right in this orange stitch marker, and I'm going to go around and through. I'll show you. We just move that stitch marker. Okay, I'm going to go where that was, and I'm going to come around the top and then through the side just like that. So I'm inside leg 1. And then I'm going to go straight into that orange stitch marker space on the other leg. So I'm connecting orange markers here. So I'm going to kind of move that tail and take out the stitch marker. So what I'm doing here, I'm connecting the stitches that were marked orange. And I'm going to crochet this stitch together. So I'm going to yarn over, pull through, keep the tail out of the way there. Yarn over again and pull through, and there's my first crochet stitch. And these little stitches I'm making, I'm gonna call it a bridge, my bridge section. I'm just gonna mark the first stitch I made here. So now I'm gonna make 2 more stitches where these legs line up. So I'm gonna move this stitch marker and I'm gonna go through that part where that was, and then just directly across to the other leg here in the open stitch where it lines up. Gonna go through there, yarn over, pull through, yarn over again, and pull through. There's my second crochet right there. I'm gonna mark it just to keep track of that. And then again on the final 3 stitches. There's a million ways to do this. In the end, you just need to connect 2 legs with 3 stitches, and this is how you do it. So after this last crochet, I'm going to mark it. And then fasten up, cut the yarn and fasten off. And so you'll repeat this process with this joining process with the other 2 legs. And so this is what it'll look like. There's that bridge stitch, and leave these tails because we're going to tie them and stuff them at the end. So then taking this section, you're going to count 3 stitches. 1, 2, 3. There's the bridge stitch, 4, and then 1, 2, 3 of the legs. And I'm going to make a row out of those stitches. So I'm going to make a slip stitch and add working yarn over here. So this next part, I'm showing you how to connect the 4 legs together with the midsection. So I've counted 3 stitches to the right of that bridge, pulled up a loop. There's my first crochet. There's 1, and I'm just going to work over that tail end. 2, there's 2. I'm going to mark where I started here. And then my 3rd stitch into that leg. And then I'm going to create a stitch in this bridge section just to strengthen it. So I'm going to find a spot where that bridge was, move that stitch marker and come in and make a single crochet. So I've done 3 stitches along the first leg, 1 into the bridge, and then I'm going to do 3 more stitches on the next leg. This is how we joined the first pair of legs. 2, and then one more 3. So that's row 1, and then that's 7 stitches total into row 1, and that's what it looks like. You can see the bridge back here from the original bridge, and now this is the row. So now we're gonna chain 1 and turn, and then this next row, row 2, is just a straight row. It's just 7 single crochets and then another chain 1. So I'm just going to speed up the process, just go across 7. I always like to mark where I am because sometimes fluffy yarn is hard to see. All right, and after that row, you'll chain 1 and start to join the second pair of legs. So this is what that section looks like. That little space. Okay, so I'm going to grab my second pair of legs and I want to join them with another row. So I'm going to do kind of the same pattern, kind of keep the tails out of the way, but take 3 stitches out of one leg, 1 stitch into the bridge, and 3 stitches out of the other leg. So I'll show you how to do it. I'm just gonna go right in here. I didn't do the around and through. There's a million ways to do this, but I'm just gonna create a single crochet right into that 3rd stitch from the bridge. And then kind of turn and then work back this row connecting these 2 pieces. You kind of have to manhandle this stuff. It's a handful. So I'm gonna move my little stitch marker. Probably didn't need it. All right, so I did the first single crochet. Now I'm going to make 2 more into the leg here. So find your spot where it lines up with your other stitch, yarn over, pull through both those pieces, single crochet just to join those pieces. Okay, so that's 2nd single crochet. Now our 3rd into the leg. Find the 3rd spot and the 3rd single crochet on that row. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over again, pull through. There's our 3rd. Sorry, I'm going off camera. It's so hard to see what I'm doing when I'm hunched over this light here. Okay, so now I'm going to go into that bridge section. So I'm going to move my stitch marker. And again, I'm going to create a stitch here just so that there's no holes. So I'm going to go where that bridge was, insert my hook there, and then insert the hook into the 4th stitch of that row and create a single crochet. So where is it? Right there. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over again, pull through. There's 4. Okay, so now I want to do 3 stitches into that next leg, join that to that row. So let's do 3 here, through this stitch mark, in there, yarn over, pull through, yarn over again, pull through, just till you're done here with the 7 single crochets across. Alright, and this is 7. Pull through both of those, yarn over, pull through. Alright, don't fasten off because we're going to continue the pattern from where we're at here, but you can take a minute. I'm just going to fast forward this part. I take out my stitch markers and I tie up all my loose ends here, just double knot them just to strengthen them. And then I'm going to stuff them down into the leg and then put polyfill in it. So this is what it looks like with that midsection. It creates that little space. And again, this is my ram pattern. I'll link it below. My Etsy is also linked in my bio. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. Please hit subscribe and I'll see you in my next videos.